Hello, everybody. This is Debo at Debo's Movie Reviews here. And this week's review will be Once Upon a Time in the West, starring Henry Fonda as Frank, Charles Bronson as Harmonica, featuring Claudia Cardinale as Jill McBain, and cameo appearances by Woody Strode, Jack Elam, and Keenan Wynn. And I should also say also starring Jason Robards as Cheyenne. I mean, to talk about one of the most epic spaghetti westerns of all time. I mean, it's about up there with the Darlings trilogy and Django, and I mean the original Django, not the Jamie Foxx Tarantino one. But that's for the review, and I've already reviewed Fistful of Dollars. But now back to Once Upon a Time in the West. I mean, talk about just epic action and epic casting. It's just a well-written masterpiece. I mean, and surprisingly on casting because of how at first Henry Fonda was against the idea, but Leone talked a good game to him and convinced him kind of to break out a typecast of how Fonda was usually always playing good guys, but as if he, although he did play an outlaw in a 1939 movie called about Jesse James, but that's another story. And epic. I mean, just I can always here's the ultimate quote from that movie with in his voice of the whole "people scared better when they're dying." Yeah, I know that not a good Fonda impression, but hey, that's some epic ones. I mean, definitely full on bad Western bad guy. I mean, when he was gang massacred the McBain family before Mrs. McBain was able to move into town, and after McBain tried to send his oldest son to go get her, but she had to hire a guide and then led her on this adventure to where her supposed husband was supposed to build this town and a train station. But of course, the railroad baron, played by Gabriel Fercetti, who was best known for this movie and Majesty's Secret Service, which I also got a review. I have reviewed that, but yeah, back to here with him being a railroad baron who was trying to make the money off eminent domain, even after the guy sold, but tried to build a kind of like an alternate deal or something, but of course backed out like the crooked railroad barons always did. And it's kind of surprising for a storyline for him to hire outlaws, unlike various other westerns where it was outlaws doing that, and while railroad barons hired Pinkertons. Like what was Frank too brutal to be a Pinkerton? But hey, it broke a cliche to where a railroad baron hired one outlaw while another outlaw tries to go after them. I mean, which is basically like the whole deal of Leone westerns was one outlaw versus another outlaw. If you could call like characters like Harmonica and Blondie from Darling's trilogy outlaws, although I consider them anti-heroes. But yeah, and, and a lot of excellent casting with Bronson, because not only was Bronson hired, but Leone actually said that he was the best actor he worked with after trying to offer the role to Eastwood, who turned it down because yeah, he didn't want to be typecast, and Coburn wanted too much money. So shame that in their primes they didn't do like a spaghetti western Expendables with them free. But although there was a huge deal about letter about how Eastwood wrote a letter to John Wayne to offer him to do a movie, and Wayne turned him down. But that's another story. Since this is Bronson's movie, but hey, Bronson was a right up there on the in terms of great western actors. I mean, I would say this is about one of his best, practically his best one. Alongside those, that will get future reviews, of course, but today is all about Once Upon a Time. And back to Henry Fonda as Frank. I mean, about another one where you just had that shop owner who was on his payroll trying to go back and all, and then he's chastising the guy about wearing both suspenders and a belt. Kind of like, can't even trust a guy who can't trust his pants. And then he shoots the guy and not only in both of them straps and whew, shoots the belt off. I mean, talk about some excellent shooting. And I mean, once Leone films had some excellent shooting. I mean, literally, there's one scene where Harmonica and Cheyenne were trying to go on a train car, and then and Cheyenne just stuck his boot out the window and shot that outlaw. And woof, man, 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 that was an epic shot. And creative use of gunplay. Hell, then there was that scene after Harmonica tried to con the marshal of played by Keenan Wynn into by the behind the McBain place, giving it back to her. Which surprisingly, I'm surprised the girl did not wind up hooked up to either one of them, given how, even though she was already a widow, but hey, in movie world, they always had that the girl fall for the guy who saves her life, and that could have set up a triangle. Next to Robards is Cheyenne, just like, and that supposedly how he got just felt keeled over at the end. Kind of like how did he get hit? You don't even think he realized he got hit. Although, I almost think that he might have got a stray shot from when Harmonica whooped Frank's ass, and then of course that showdown, even after the whole aftermath of the auction, where another group of outlaws tried to go after Frank, and Harmonica was like, anybody's gonna kill him, it's gonna be me. Kind of deals. But overall, I gotta I mean, this movie here is a definite 5 out of 5. Should not be remade. Don't even think about it. Though, if you disagree, I would love to debate your fan castings. But overall, I give this 5 out of 5. I hope y'all liked the review. Subscribe to my channel, enjoy, and I'll keep dishing out the reviews. Alright, y'all. Peace out.